Hi, I'm Dianne Kraft. I've been able to work with bright, hardworking kids who've had to work too hard to learn for many years, for the last 25 years, in a homeschool setting and in a public school setting. I've learned so many things about these kids, how to make learning easier for them. I'm going to share with you this today in this segment of how to teach your child using right brain strategies, the strategies that make learning easy and fast for them. We know this. We know in the animal kingdom, half of the animals are left paw dominant, and half of them are right paw dominant. In the human kingdom, that's not so. Only between 10 and 15% of us are left paw dominant or left-handed. But we do know this. Half of us are left brain dominant, and half of us are right brain dominant. Now, being right brain dominant is not a learning disability. But if a child needs right brain teaching strategies, it really helps for them to be able to have them. It just makes learning so much easier. It's one of the things that I learned that made my teaching so much more effective and made the kids in my classroom really feel smart. So if you want your child to get in touch with the smart part of themselves, you'll enjoy right brain teaching strategies, whether your child is a left brainer or a right brainer. Right brain teaching strategies are what we call Plan B, and we'll talk about that a little more. What's a typical way that we teach? How does curriculum teach? It teaches in a left brain manner, because a left brain manner is very sequential, it's auditory, it is finishing things on time, it's testing, it's multiple choice, it's your curriculum, writing answers out. If that is working for your child, you don't have to change anything. It's working. For the children that I saw in my resource room, these bright children who had a learning glitch, that method wasn't working for them. So along with the brain integration therapy of making more connections, I also taught them in a right brain manner. When I did, I could get them successful right away. And that's what this video, this DVD, is going to show you, is all the techniques that I used with these children. What you're going to love about right brain strategies is they're going to feel smart that very day, and it costs no money to buy new curriculum. It's all how you teach them. So we're going to look at Plan B. Plan A, remember we said, is slower, louder, multiple repetitions, but it doesn't hold. We're going to do it in the universal learning gate for children, which is their right brain. Let's look at spelling. How do we typically teach spelling? We teach spelling with phonics, don't we? Sounding the words out. What if your child has an auditory processing glitch? They don't remember the sounds. Or we teach it through the writing gate by having them write it multiple times. But if they have a blocked writing gate, or they had a dysgraphia, frank dysgraphia, writing the words 5 times each wasn't working for them, like you've noticed. By the 5th time when they wrote that word, it didn't even look like the first time. And they look like they're sloppy and lazy and unmotivated. When I worked with my twice exceptional students in school, my 6th, 7th, 8th graders, who were gifted, they were all in gifted classes. They have many times 120 or 135 IQ, but they were spelling like a 2nd grader. They would spell was, W-U-S, or what, W-U-T, because then no one showed them how to use their photographic memory. They had a lot of help, but they were not spelling at all when I got them. And so what I did to make a 3-year growth in reading, I did exactly what I'm showing you to do in here. I showed them how to use their photographic memory, whether it was like sure, the words that your children are misspelling are not phonetic words. Sure, they wanted to write S-H-U-R. So we just showed them how to take a picture of those words. When we did that, they made a 3-year growth in a year. Your child can too. Show them how to use a photographic memory for that. So then we looked at reading. Reading is the #1 thing that sent a child to my resource room if they were reading a year or 2 years below grade level. Many times my 8th graders were 4 years below grade level because they had a true dyslexia. How I got them moving along so they could make a 2-year growth, not just progress, 2-year growth in reading. I used brain integration therapy, I used right brain phonics, and that's what I'm showing you in here. how to use right brain phonics, how to embed the data on the picture so their brain could take a picture and they could remember the sounds. For my word guessers, how we read long words every day with the decoding unit in color from the Right Brain Phonics reading book. Just 20 minutes a day is all it took. But we did that, and how we taught them sight words for the kids who couldn't remember sight words, how we took pictures of the sight words again, right on the letters, we put the meaning, so it was in a chunk, and the brain could see it in a chunk. I show exactly how to do this in here. Then we have those wonderful children who they could read right on level, but they couldn't remember what they read. So I showed you a 5-minute practice that I did with my students, showing them how to convert words to pictures, how to make a movie in their head, how to take science facts, history facts, and make a movie in their head while they were reading so they could remember for all chapter tests and for end of the story kind of questions. So when I put hooks on the reading process, that's when we could make that 2-year growth. It was one of the most satisfying things I've ever done, easily transferable information to you just by this video. I showed them how to learn vocabulary. Your kids maybe hate vocabulary now because they have to look it up and write it out, but instead we're going to make a picture of it. How to follow oral directions, how to take what they hear and see it in their head. It's one of the practices I show you how I did that with my students in this DVD. How to store math facts using the math fact, putting color and picture and weird and humor and emotion on it so they can remember it whether they want to or not. And one of the last things is that I showed how to use a child's photographic memory for taking a picture of entire chapters. Dr. Tony Buzan talks about this in his book, Use Both Sides of Your Brain. I talk about how a student who is at Cambridge University, how he used this, but he had to use this process of taking a picture of an entire chapter in order to even get into the university, because prior to that he only was a B and C student. He used this method that we show exactly how to do in this video. He got through Cambridge University in 3 years, and he joined a think tank after that. And he played soccer and was in clubs. He said, I just learned how to use my brain. When they say use both sides of your brain, they mean they're talking about the right brain, because the left brain already is well taken care of with all the curriculum we have up there. So help your child feel smart. When they feel smart, when they use their photographic memory. We call it ESL, Energy Sparing Learning. It takes almost no energy for a child to learn using their photographic memory. You just need to learn how. So this is teacher training for you. You can learn how to use this. When you get this video, this DVD, you'll also get a manual that comes with it that has all the different examples that we talked about so that you'll have them right in your hand. And then if you have questions, you can always email me and we'll just discuss other ways we can help your child. You can get this at diannecraft.org, and I think it'll be a real blessing to you and your family. One of the things we talk about is who needs right brain strategies? Not necessarily right brainers, but children who have an auditory processing problem, or children who have a writing block, or children who have not developed a good memory strategy. This will help them develop it. And last of all, the kids that you have at home that you've used other curriculums for and it's not working, this one will. It's the Universal Learning Gate. Hi, I'm Dianne Kraft. I get to have the privilege of hearing from moms all over the country sending me emails telling me about the products and how they help their child. I'm going to read some emails to you about people who use the right brain teaching strategies that we have in Teaching the Right Brain Child DVD that, as you know, comes with a study guide with all sorts of examples that you can follow. This is a testimony I received from a mom about her child named Duncan. She said, I was beginning to despair over teaching my 9-year-old son before I contacted Dianne. He's such a smart boy, but he was struggling to read. I had my suspicions that he might have dyslexia, and I was scared I wouldn't be able to homeschool him adequately. Within 3 months of implementing the brain integration therapy techniques, teaching him right brain phonics and right brain spelling strategies, and making some nutritional changes, Duncan's reading level jumped a full grade, and he began attempting to read more and more materials independently. Thank you so much. I now know how to help Duncan succeed. Here's another one from a mom. She has a little different situation with her son. She says, I have a son with severe autism. He is the second child born 12 months after the first. I ordered the DVD Teaching the Right Brain Child and love it. I've seen good results by making simple changes to our learning processes. Thank you for making that training available on the DVD.